I imagine you're fair chuffed with that today. I don't think it could have gone much better.
No, delighted. Need to do that more often. String, good performances and picking up 3 points. We've not done that often enough this season, but I thought the players were fantastic today, from start to finish. I don't think we've looked more comfortable in a game this season, and it's all credit to them because obviously we were hampered by a couple of absentees today. Finn obviously got injured up at Elgin. Kyle's unwell, so Luke had to step in at centre half, Anton at left back, and all credit to them. You wouldn't have noticed any difference at all, any change. So no, fantastic and very pleasing all round.
Bit of a cliche when it comes to picking a man of the match, but I thought you could put an argument forward for just about everybody today.
Same as last week, yeah. I thought it was the same last week. I thought everyone was excellent. Not just on the ball, off the ball. I thought our shape was fantastic. Our recovery runs when we lost possession were great as well, and just that desire to was so evident. We know that they've got it in them, but to see it come out of them and onto the pitch the last 2 weeks has been great.
And in terms of the game, maybe not dominant in terms of working their goalkeeper, but equally I thought it just totally dictated the pace of the game.
Yeah, I touched on that at the start there. I felt so comfortable at the side of the pitch. There's not been too many times this year where you've been at the side of the pitch and you're completely relaxed, completely comfortable, especially in this league, this season, how close it is and how tight everyone is. I thought through all the thirds, I thought we were excellent from Jinky, all the way through to Matty Conley. Matty didn't have much to do again. It's all credit to 10 boys in front of him and 2 clean sheets in a row as well. I was pinching myself. Absolutely, just so pleased for the gaffer, so pleased for Robbo, all the players, because this is the kind of form and consistency that we've been wanting and demanding all season from them, and it's coming at a good stage of the season for us.
What a difference a fortnight makes. Obviously 2 weeks ago down here, Bonnyrigg score a late winner, all of a sudden it's proper looking over the shoulder at them. You look at it now and from what, 4th down to 8th, I think there's only a few points.
Yeah, we're only 5 points off Annan in 3rd place at the moment, and then I think we're 9 away from Bonnyrigg now. They've obviously got a game in hand still, so football's it's a funny old game. Like you say, the difference literally 2 weeks can make, but we were never panicking. We knew what we had in that changing room. We knew the attitudes and the effort and the application, the will to win was there. It just wasn't happening on the pitch for us, and I think people forget sometimes that how young our squad is, and when you do have young players, you're going to get a lot of inconsistency in performances and attitudes. It's going to be up and down, and it's how you kind of manage them through those spells when they are up and down. You can't let them get too high, you can't let them get too low. And credit to every single one of them. Let's say the last 2 weeks, even the Bonnyrigg game, to be fair, I don't think we were poor against Bonnyrigg. Darryl getting sent off completely changed that game. It's a scrappy first half, and we were really starting to put our stamp on that game. The red card changed that. So like I say, we've never panicked, we've never lost faith, but at the same time we can't get too carried away now. We still need to be looking over shoulder, we still need to be looking above, and just see where it takes us.
I think if you were a Hollywood scriptwriter and you'd looked at it and said James Hilton's 100th game for the club, pops up with a goal.
A great goal as well. It starts with Gal, that attitude, that application, the desire to win the ball. It was a 50-50 ball, and not only does he go and win it, he shows great composure, keeps it up over a couple of players' head, and then we make good decisions. We've probably just not done that enough in the final third at times this year. But, all great decisions. Gal's ball into Johnny's decision to turn inside, his through ball, and then Aaron's decision as well to cut it across rather than shoot. It was a fantastic team goal, and like you say, probably not hear the end of that for Jinky now for the next 2 weeks.
Just in terms of Finn and Kyle, likelihood of them being back next week?
Hopefully Kyle should be fine. He's ill, he's just sick. He missed training on Thursday night. We're hoping that he would be okay for today, but he spoke to the gaffer this morning. it just wouldn't have been possible for him to play. You know, in those situations you're relying on the player being honest with you and say, like, can you come give us 100%? And fair play to Kyle, you know, he held his hands up and he says, look, no, I'm actually struggling. He was gutted as well. He knew how big a game it was for us today and he was desperate to be involved, so no, hats off to him. You know, that's a young lad showing maturity beyond his years as well, you know, making a call like that, putting the team before himself. And Finn should hopefully, again, fingers crossed, he maybe could have pushed into training this week with Ayr and he could maybe have played today, but again he wouldn't have been 100% and it's better to miss one and be available for the next 10 than play today and then miss 6 to 8. So again, it's just another sensible decision.